ground to keep it fertile, and then continues to be the gardener, the nurturer after. Okay? So we are intelligent enough within our own vocabulary and in our own daydreams to know what the ideal mother is to us. And as the Moses Code says, I am that. I am. So as on a, I'll get to you, but on a personal note, if you can quantify and qualify those vocabulary words of what mothering means to you, then you can, I am that. I am. Yes, John.
I want to really thank you for this discourse. It's
Got a
awesome.
question?
And I guess what I'm saying, Vedam, is that I'm aware that I can create that universal mother. And the other aspect of creating that is I can start trying to be that.
That's why I am that I am will support you. Because if you speak it enough, it is a natural law that you are going to be it. That is why mass consciousness is as dysfunctional as it is, because they have claimed their dysfunction until it has manifested. So if you can claim those qualities about you being the cosmic mother, you cannot not be it.
It's natural.
Yes. Shaitan, you had a question.
Yeah, for what regards my mother, I look at even the things that probably didn't feel that good to me at the time. Even those taught me, especially in retrospective and meditation and looking back on it.
Absolutely.
Maybe taught me what maybe I don't want to be in some ways, and taught me what I could be in some ways, taught me what I am in some ways that I am. And also, that's just a comment. The other thing I want to ask you is, can you clarify selflessness to me, please?
Sure. And then I want to talk about Betty Payne if I'm allowed.
You're totally allowed, baby.
That's Shaitan's mother.
Selflessness. God is the great I am. I am everything, and I am no thing. So therefore, for me to be a self, there has to be a no self, a selfless. And embracing that no self, one becomes selfless, and the quality can then be attributed or quantified by calling it selflessness.
Okay, thank you.
Shaitan has done exactly what she said she's done. And I invite you to continue to do more as more rises for you in its own natural accordance. But Betty Payne's hero and icon was Gloria Swanson. The woman that you saw the movie.
No, wasn't her, honey. Well, not Gloria Swanson. What's her name? Was that other woman? I can't think of her.
Nora Desmond?
Nora Desmond.
Norma Desmond. That's it. Thank you. That's it.
Norma
Norma
Desmond.
Desmond. Right.
Yeah, Gloria Swanson played Norma Desmond.
Yes.
Yes.
Norma Desmond was her. Yes.
Yes. So Betty Payne was high drama, high theatrics, big long cigarette holder, Shaitan did not get the nickname of Tasmanian devil for no reason. The apple does not far fall from the tree. And Shaitan is seeing through these teachings that she is every quality. Some she hasn't embraced yet completely and fully. Some she has but hasn't yet integrated completely and fully. But she has begun to look at Betty Payne as the love of her life, and the most controlling witch in her life. Passive-aggressive manipulation. Schleprock, woe is me. Look what the cards that the universe has dealt to me. All of those things. But I can guarantee one thing that's going to be different between the tree and the apple. Is Shaitan is looking at the DNA structure of the seed that created the tree, which created the apple. She's looking into beyond the beyond. She's looking at what has brought her to this point and looking through that to see what brought that to that point. She's looking at her genealogy from a spiritual perspective, not a history perspective. One of the very first lessons that I shared with her in coaching was you pick your mother. How was those words to hear when you first heard it, Shaitan?
Well, I guess when I very first heard it, I thought, huh? But if I can, go into now what I think of it, I think that every single solitary thing, like I said, the good, the bad, and the ugly, it's all part of what I am now. And in a lot of ways, she was, I don't know if you know that magazine, Mademoiselle, the Mademoiselle do's and don'ts of fashion. In a lot of ways, she was a Mademoiselle don't. And I looked at that and realized that that's just not what I want to be. And there's a lot of things about her that I loved, and I embraced those things and loved those things about her. I didn't take every single solitary thing as this is what I was born with. This is how she raised me, so this is how I am. Because there's some place in it for me that's a choice. And in looking at those choices that I have to make, I have them now in front of me. It's been freeing for me now that I understand that I did choose my mother. And yeah, she was challenged. She was a biatch sometimes, man. And you know it. And she was what you just said. You're exactly correct. And my brother he'll tell you more than I will. But there's a lot of wonderful things about her that I took, and the other things I just observed and went through when I was young. And I'm better for it. It's all a life lesson. For some reason, it's supposed to be. And I guess dwelling on it being negative just isn't working for me anymore. And now I look at it as it's not negative, it's not positive, it just is what it is,